What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. Juan Soto officially made his return to the Bronx, and Yankees fans, they got real petty. They said, oh, you turned your back on us. We're going to turn our backs on you. A lot of other fan bases were like, guys, that was mad cringy. Javier Báez is actually so back to the point where I might start calling him El Mago again in every video. He showed up with the leather, the arm, and the bat, all in one game. Shohei Ohtani faced off against his old team in no BS. I think he hit this baseball 632 feet. He has 16 home runs already. Crow-Armstrong is not too far behind. He has 12 home runs now, but remember, he's also a platinum glover in the making. Wilmer Flores is having the most insane mid-start to a season I've ever seen. He doesn't even have an 800 OPS, but he's somehow on pace for 150 RBIs after yesterday's 8 RBI explosion. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but we have more breaking news. The Orioles just made a massive move. We're going to break it down later in the video. So we'll talk about all of that and more in today's MLB recap. And if you're wondering why I cannot stop smiling, I'm officially an uncle. I am Uncle Fuzzy. I feel so blessed. I'm so happy for my family. I cannot wait for this next chapter of life, and I just want to say thank you guys for sticking with me for as long as we've been making these videos, almost a decade now. I was in college when I started. Now I'm an uncle, almost 30 years old. Crazy. Before we show anything, we got to check in on the Twins. They're going for their 12th win in a row. 12 in a row in MLB. This is not Little League where you can stack a squad and cheat the system by getting all of the best kids in the city on one squad using one apartment address. That happened against me, by the way. I'm still mad about it. The Twins are already winning. Ty France and Cody Clemens both singled in an RBI. The Brewers, fun fact from Fuzzy, are 1-15 when the other team scores first. So even when the Twins got a third run off this double play, who really cares? Because Joe Ryan and the Minnesota bullpen didn't need it, because the Brewers, they don't win if the other team scores first. Joe Ryan, he's been the best starter in baseball the last 4 weeks, no BS. Joe went 6 shutout with 9 punch-outs. He has 2 earned runs allowed his last 4 starts combined. He also has 35 strikeouts to just 3 walks over his last 25 innings. That is insane. Brock Stewart, he came in and struck out 3 in relief. Griffin Jax struck out 2. And Cole Sands, he gets the save after striking out 2. The Twins, they've won 12 games in a row. They just punched out 16 in one game. Wilmer Flores has how many RBIs? 41 RBIs already. So there he is drilling a grand slam off of JP Sears. He's always mashed lefties. He then mashed a 3-run home run just past the leaping Tyler Soderstrom. It literally bounced off of Tyler's glove. Another home run that bounced off an outfielder's glove. That's been happening so often the last 2 weeks. Wilmer's already at a career high 7 RBIs. I do have to sidestep real quick to Logan Webb, who didn't strike out a ton, but he did go 8 innings, so he's saving the bullpen for the weekend. He allowed just 1 run. If only the A's had Wilmer Flores. He secures a 3-homer game, 3 home runs, 8 RBIs. He had 26 RBIs in 71 games last year. He has 41 RBIs in 44 games this year. It's also kind of wild to know that we are 44 games into the season and it's almost June. Like, is this year flying by for anyone else, or is it just me? Camilo Doval struck out the side as the Giants stomp on the A's to send them to a 22-23 record, so under 500. The Giants are inching closer and closer to 30 wins. They're 26-19. When I was looking at today's schedule, I was like, why are so many crosstown rivals playing each other? We have Cleveland against Cincinnati, the Mets versus the Yankees, Dodgers versus the Angels, White Sox versus the Cubs. And then I remembered it's literally rivalry weekend. My freaking speech impediment from my youth is coming out. Rivalry weekend. Okay, all that yapping was on purpose, by the way. I just wanted to make sure you guys did not notice that Will Benson hit a 3-run moonshot off of Tanner Bibee. Bibee is broken this year. He only has a 6 strikeouts per 9. He's allowing more base hits as well. The Reds, they were gifted another run on a throwing error from Gabriel Arias, and Austin Hayes, he crushed his 6th home run. Bibee has now allowed 11 home runs already. The Reds, they almost had a 6th run. I'm going to show this from myself, but Will Brennan, he unleashed a laser beam to nab Gavin Lux at home. The momentum, wait, it's shifting. Carlos Santana has 21 RBIs after this 2-run single, which doesn't sound like a lot after we talked about Wilmer having 41. Bo Naylor, there we go, at a kid. His 6th home run was his first base hit in like a week or something like that. Jose, he's got a home run in 3 consecutive games. He's up to 9 home runs, 12 stolen bases, and a 150 OPS plus. And there's the ball game. Gabriel, you can't do that when your throwing error was the deciding run. He strikes out to end it. The Guardians have lost 2 in a row. The Reds have won 2 in a row. More crosstown action coming right up. We actually saw the reemergence of a legendary meme. We got to wait for it. I promise I'll explain it. Yoan Moncada. He's 100% getting traded. I believe he's on a 1-year deal. If he keeps this up, I mean, I hope that he does, because I want to see this 20 more times. He has such a sexy swing. He will get moved. That Moncada moon bomb put 2 on the board, and so did this Zach Neto extra base hit. The kid didn't play his first first game until April 18th, he already has 13 extra base hits, 7 stolen bases, and a 1.5 WAR on Baseball Reference. Max Muncy has been seeing baseballs so much better lately, like physically seeing better with those glasses. His strikeout rate has cut by 10% since getting those goggles. Haesung Kim, the rookie, is doing things that we almost never see from rookies. He's gotten on base 9 plate appearances in a row. Let me repeat. The hustle single gives him 9 plate appearances in a row without getting out. Nothing came of that. I just wanted to show it, so we're going to skip to a majestic drive. Ohtani, he tossed his bat towards his old dugout. His 16th home run gives him the crown. He's ahead of a couple different guys, Schwarber and Aaron Judge. Nolan Schanuel, he pelted a baseball an inning later. He's fired up because it's a 2-run single, which makes it a non-save opportunity, which might be a good thing mentally for Kenley because you can't blow a save if it's not a save. So Jack Kohanowitz, he gets the W. What was that legendary meme I was talking about? The Tungsten O'Doyle meme. So it was basically like Tungsten did something crazy, but his team still lost. Ohtani, he got on base 3 times, hit a 433-foot home run as the Dodgers lose 6-2. That always used to happen to Ohtani when he was on the Dodgers. That's why that meme became legendary. All right, I'm not going to make you guys wait any longer. Juan Soto, he is getting a standing ovation, kind of. Tons of people were standing and cheering, but also, I think even more, were standing and booing Juan. He tipped his cap. This is baseball at its best. I want more drama. Juan ended up taking a walk. I think he took 3 walks in this game. He then stole second base. He has back-to-back games snatching a bag. Oswald Peraza, he just snatched one. I wanted to show that super quick because now we have to talk about even more pettiness. The Yankees fans out in right field are called the Bleacher Creatures, right? They always do the roll call and stuff like that. They coordinated and everyone turned their backs to Juan Soto. They said, oh, you're going to turn your backs on us? We're going to turn our backs on you. A lot of fans were like, yeah, that was Matt corny. Others were like, hell yeah, be as petty as possible. Which side are you on? Goldie, he's up with the bases loaded. He's going to score one. Wait, oh no, the ball got away. A second run scores. Volpe, he then skied one to Juan Soto. Here we go. Show that can't, brother just skipped rocks. That had to have felt embarrassing. A 3-hopper, not great. A run scores. Peraza, he worked the bases out of walk, so it's 4-0 Yankees. Staying with 4s, Soto, he took another walk, and he came around to score on a Brandon Nimmo single. I think it was the 4th. It's all good, though, because Bellinger's been on fire. He has another multi-hit game. He had 3 hits in this one. He came around to score on a single. Goldie with another multi-hit, multi-RBI game. Ooh, drama. Devin Williams versus Pete. The last time we saw them face off was the walk-off home run in the postseason. He struck out the side, and we're not done with drama. Lindor had an RBI double in the 9th inning, so it's a 6-2 ball game. Soto, he's stepping in with ducks on a pond, and he popped up. Weave, he gets the 1-out save. The Yankees are 26-18. The Mets are 28-17. I love that game. That was fun. Miguel Vargas. This kid has been unreal the last month. He made that hand adjustment and became what the Dodgers fan base had always hoped for before they shipped him over to the White Sox for Michael Kopech. He raised his hands up, so in doing so, I don't know if that just means he can get his hands through the zone better. I don't know, but someone just lost their shoe or their cleat. Rookie Moises Ballesteros, I think I said that right. He swung so hard, his cleat came off. Look at the graphic. 1 RBI, 1 shoe. I thought that was really funny. His family was going nuts. The Cubs got another RBI fielder's choice after Matt Thaiss dropped a throw home. Can't do that. PCA. How many home runs is Pete Crow-Armstrong going to hit? I thought that he was a 20 home run ceiling kind of guy. He has 12 already. He had a monster 4-hit game. Vargas, he has his 2nd home run. Again, since lifting his hands on April 23rd, he's batting .351 with 10 extra base hits and 13 RBIs in 20 games. PCA is showing again why he's one of the baseball gods' favorites this year. Because of course this baseball just dropped in for an RBI flare. Then he had another RBI knock later in the 7th for his 4th hit. I have to read you guys what he's on pace for, but I do have to show Moises with his 1st career base hit. Moises Ballesteros had his 2nd RBI of the game. The Cubs win it by 10 for their 26th W. Pete Crow-Armstrong is officially on pace for 43 home runs, 47 stolen bases, 130 RBIs, and an almost 10.5 F-WAR because he's playing platinum defense. A 40-40 platinum glover. Is that even possible? Can he keep this up? Surprisingly, only one other team scored double-digit runs yesterday, and it was against a team who usually doesn't give up a ton of runs. It was actually kind of a close game at first after Wilson scored on a bouncer out the hand of Cole Reagans, who's been bad lately. Wilson then doubled in their 2nd run to deep center, and Ivan Herrera drove in another. Ivan has been insane. He's not done yet. The Royals, they made a little comeback. The Pasquatch, he was out there watching through the fence. He then saw the Sasquatch go yard. Vinny's up to 7 home runs. They call him the Sasquatch. They added one more on a balk, but to be honest, none of it really mattered because India, he botched a double play, an inning-ending double play, might I add. Donovan, he's safe after the replay, and Ivan Herrera, he cleared the bases. This guy has been Carson Kelly Good. He's batting .419 with 5 home runs, 18 RBIs, and a near 500 on base over 13 games. Pedro Pais then cashed in Ivan with a single to right field, and after a few more singles from Jordan Walker, Brendan Donovan, there was also a sac fly from Arenado. They got into the double-digit run club. St. Louis is now 25-20. They are winners in 11 of their last 12 games. The Royals, they've now lost 3 games in a row. DC and Baltimore are like 50-ish miles away from each other, which is how far James Wood hit a baseball later in this game. I guess they call this the Battle of the Beltway. The Orioles are hosting this time. Nathaniel Lowe, he's been in a big-time slump. He got one to go finally. He's up to 8 home runs. Nazem Nunez, he found a barrel at... Whoa! The ball found a glove. Cedric Mullins, how does he do this? That was a Cirque du Soleil acrobatic catch. The Baltimore Orioles use that energy to rally and steal a lead as Ramon. He's like a Wilmer Flores type, and Rob Refschneider, he loves hitting against lefties. That's a rocket double. In comes Ali Rutschman. Jackson, he put a ball in play. Nazem dropped it. It was a tough play, and they gave Jackson an RBI single. So it's 2-1 Baltimore, and it stayed there for a while because Mackenzie Gore had one of the weirdest starts ever. In his first 3 innings, he allowed 8 base hits, but he also struck out 8. What? He ended up with 10 base hits on the night with 9 strikeouts, only the 2 earned runs, in large part because Jacob Young, he helped keep it at 2 runs. He stole one from Ryan Mountcastle. James Wood tied it, then like 2 seconds later, Ramon Urias untied it, but James tied it again, this time on a lefty 421-foot mammoth blast. He is insane. That's his 12th home run. The Nationals, they got back to rallying in the 9th. Jose Tana, he got on. Now he's on third base. Wait. The single, the blazing speed beat it out, and Tana, he scores. Felix Bautista kind of just forgot momentarily what the situation was. Cal Finnegan, he converted his 14th save. The Orioles, they just lost their 4th game in a row. They're now 13 games under 500, and they officially have their scapegoat. We have breaking news. Brandon Hyde, the manager of the Orioles, is no more. He is the former Orioles manager. I believe he even won Manager of the Year a few years ago. But again, the Orioles, they needed a scapegoat, even though, I mean, most fans who have any sort of brain, I don't care how big or small your brain is, you know that Brandon Hyde was not the guy who was really running the ship. It was Mike Elias. He wants to be the anti-Dodgers, and he's getting kicked in the you-know-what. Like, this dude should be ashamed of himself. He cost someone their job. The Orioles pitching staff is atrocious. I don't know what's going on with their hitting coaches because everyone's kind of slumping. So, of course, just like Paul Skeens said in his interview after his manager got fired, someone had to be held accountable for it, even though it might not be their fault. So, it's happening again in Baltimore. I believe this is the 3rd manager fired in the first 45 games of the season. That's kind of crazy. And to Brandon Hyde, I don't think he's the greatest manager of all time, but yeah, he got hosed 100%. Mike Elias, I hope you're not sleeping well at night, buddy. I want to talk about the Marlins next because they stole, and I mean stole, multiple young stars in the making from Mike Elias, who is the real villain in the Baltimore story. We have the Battle of the Sea Creatures, by the way. It's the Marlins versus the Rays. It was a 1-1 tie after the first 3 when Miami, they got cooking in the 4th, and big ups to Taj Bradley, if you're a Marlins fan, for the bases though to walk. That was a great at-bat from the rookie Agustin Ramirez. Connor Norby, I thought that he got it. I thought that was a home run, and then I was like, wait, no, Chandler Simpson actually has it. I was wrong on both. That's a base-clearing double. Now, Tampa did rally a little bit. Miami, they rushed bad after Caballero doubled, and Meisner and Simpson, he chopped the ball to second. That's panicking 100% because Simpson is so fast. It's a 1-run game now after Simpson stole second base and scored on the Josh Lowe RBI single. By the way, Simpson went 3 for 3 in this game, but Miami, they hit the reset button, and look who's driving in runs now. The throw-in player in that Connor Norby for Trevor Rogers trade from last year. It was Kyle Stowers and Connor Norby. Trevor Rogers, by the way, had a 4.5 ERA at the time. When he joined the Orioles, he put up a 7 ERA, and this year in AAA, he has an 8 ERA. Again, that's on Mike Elias, not anyone else. The Marlins almost got up to a 10 spot after Wagaman flared one in. Simon lifted a sac fly, and Derek Hill, the other speedster, he beat Brandon Lowe to the bag, so they gave Javier Sanoja an RBI single. Miami takes it easy 9-4. Back to some more rivalry series, but like, okay, maybe I'm stupid. Has Pittsburgh and Philly ever had a rivalry? Like, someone has to help me out. Maybe just call it the Crosstown Rival Series. I don't know. Maybe I'm an old man yelling at clouds. I'm an uncle now. Maybe I am old. Whoa, we're starting off with a robbery. Matt Gorski, he robbed a milestone home run. That would have been Schwarber's 300th career home run. Pittsburgh, they can do it again. If they catch this, it's a second robbed milestone, but it does land safely. Bryce Harper just became the 271st player ever with 1,000 RBIs. He's the 8th active player into that club. I'll see you guys at his Hall of Fame ceremony in like 13 years. Canario, this is some serious pop going that far the other way. Alexander Canario has got some pop in that bat. His 3-run home run spoils Rangers' bid at 6 scoreless, but he did settle in and go 7 innings, so he's still in line for the W, and he's going to get it because Pittsburgh's controller, I think, ran out of battery. Schwarber, bases loaded walk. Castellanos, hit by pitch. JT Realmuto, bases loaded. What is going on? It's 4-3 Phillies now. Alec, he lines one to center field. This was almost an insane catch and throw. Matt Gorski, he's got some tools. Trey, he's got tools as well. I like to call him TT because it's just fun. That is an RBI 3-bagger. So after that triple, Harper cashed in Trey for his 1,001st RBI. You guys know what I'm trying to say. Jose Alvarado came in for cleanup duty. He got a 7 save because the tying run was on the on-deck circle, and a lot of people just seem to forget that you can get a save winning by more than 3. So the Phillies, they're 26-18. Okay, see, this actually seems like a rivalry series. We have interdivision rivals just a few miles away from each other. Oh, God, no way that's how this game started. McCullers and Pena cannot team up for the double play. McCullers kind of threw a 2-seamer. The spin just really threw off Jeremy Pena, and he just straight up missed it. Jonah with the whale of a hit. That's a bad joke, I'm sorry. But it is a 2-run single. Both of those runs that scored were unearned runs. It's kind of crazy that pitchers can make errors and also have unearned runs. Nathan Eovaldi, I feel bad for him. He put the Astros in a blender. He has a 1.6 ERA after 5 2/3 shutout, but the bullpen snatched his chance at a W. We're in the 7th. Rookie Cam Smith, he doubled in Jake Myers. The reliever, Sean Armstrong's arm was not strong at all. He walked a couple after relieving Hobie Milner. Houston, we do not have a problem. Texas does. Isaac grounded one through the right side hole, playing up the middle, really screwed over the Rangers. Shifts did not matter on this next swing. Christian Walker to the damn moon, his 5th home run of the season. The Astros poured on for a 6-run 7th inning, all with 2 outs, by the way. Josh Young, I want to show off his big man strength. He goes the other way. Hader eventually ended after that. Altuve, by the way, he's back at second base. The Astros are 23-21. The Rangers are 24-22. We have a brand new series. I didn't realize that this was called the Vedder Cup. I guess it was named after Eddie Vedder of Pearl Jam. He lived in both cities. I mean, I guess. JP scored the first run of this Vedder Cup, and he knew it. Rowdy also knew it. Bang! A 2-run home run that was 410 feet on a frozen rope. Cal, big dumper, son, I don't know what you call Cal. Maybe his dad watches. I don't know. But whatever you call him, make sure you end it with BCIB. Best catcher in baseball. 14 home runs. 30 RBIs, 5 stolen bases for some fun, and again, a premier blocker and framing catcher. The Padres managed one measly little run. I'm not going to show it, though, because it wasn't off of Evans. Evans who? Another Seattle starting pitcher named Logan. Logan Evans went 6 shutty in Petco Park. He's got a 2.5 ERA his first 4 starts. He's kind of a frisbee-throwing finesse kind of guy. But hey, whatever works. I mean, the Padres, what are they now? 27-16. The Mariners are 24-19. Why was that so hard for me to say? We have another Javier Báez El Mago masterclass. Just you wait, because look at how high Dalton Varsho got on this wall jump. Riley Green, that's a cool home run. Awesome, nice. But again, look at the replay. The 5'8", I'm going to say 8. I think he's 5'8". Dalton Varsho nearly got all the way up the wall. And if you aren't looking, please look. Javier Báez, the professional center fielder. He robs Nathan Lucas, then fired a dart to complete the double play. He has 4 outs above average this year, 2 in center field, 2 at third base. Z-Mac, that's a fun nickname, Zach McKinstry. He swatted out his 2nd home run of the year right before Riley Green deleted another baseball. He hammered another RBI extra base hit for Jack Flaherty. Jack was really good in this one. He was cruising pretty much all day, but like Ranger Suarez, his bid for a shutout was ruined late as Dalton Varsho went the other way. Dalton has 6 home runs, 3 outs above average, and 4 DRS in 12 games. Miles Straw, he made it a 1-run game, but the legend of May 2025 Javi, it's back. He stole it back. Listen to his stats. It's mid-May, by the way. He's batting .330 with 5 home runs and 17 RBIs in 11 games. But of course, he has 1 walk to 9 strikeouts. Bo, he took that run back to kind of redo the whole being down by 1 thing. That was a second deck shot for his 4th home run. Unfortunately, that did not rally any troops. The other Bo Brisky, here in his first save of the year. The Tigers are the first team in baseball to 30 Ws. They've won 4 games in a row. Chris Sale was back in Fenway yesterday, and he faced off against the guy that we all called Chris Sale 2.0 because Crochet was drafted by the White Sox. He's a big, tall, lanky lefty who throws kind of weird and super random. I need a Garrett Crochet Green City Connect because those are absolutely sick. Garrett struck out the side in the first. Here we go. He's about to make it 4 in a row. Wait, no, he's not. Matt Olson beat the monster. That's his 8th home run of the season. First home run, by the way, off of Garrett all year. Sean, wait, I don't know about this one. Just kidding, it's out. Back-to-back Green Monster solo home runs. Garrett, he was really good aside from that. 8 strikeouts over 7, just 4 base hits. He ended his start with 98 miles an hour on pitch 103. The dude's a workhorse. Chris Sale, he was shredding all game too. He also had 8 strikeouts. Some of the nastiest stuff you will ever see in a pitching duel. The only blemish for Chris Sale was the solo home run off the bat of Rob Refsnyder, but I mean, he eats lefties for breakfast. The Braves, they snatched that run right back in very ugly fashion. It was thanks to Boston handing them 2 on 2 bases out of walks. Yikes. That hurts because Trevor Story singled in what could have been the game-tying run. Instead, it's 4-3. Willier, he popped up to give Rizal his 8th save. The Braves are over 500 for the first time this year. They're 23-22. Boston is 22-24. They started off hot. That's how baseball works, man. It's a tale of bad month and then good month. Bad month and then good month. I almost don't even want to recap this Rockies game. That's how bad I feel. But rookie Carson Palmquist was making his debut. No damage in the first. Can't really say the same about the rest of the game. Tim Tawa, he turned on this 2-seam to left field to take 2 bases. Alliteration is fun. Multiple Arizona outs brought in a few more as Perdomo had an RBI grounder. Gino on a sac fly in the 3rd scored another. All because Corbin got on for Gino. He had a triple stolen by a ground rule double, but he got 3 anyways. He has 7 stolen bases on the season. He's also leading the National League with 54 base hits. Gabriel Moreno, he ripped it down the line. Randall, he's in head first at home. He scores. There was another sac fly. Gino singled in 2 more to make it 7-0. Perdomo, he grabbed 1 too. So I think he and Gino both had 3 RBI games, and they both have 34 RBIs. Perdomo has 5 outs above average on defense. He's been insane. I was wrong about that extension. Corbin Burnes, he was vintage Corbin Burnes. 10 punch outs, 2 base hits, of course the 6 shutout, and like Joe Ryan, he's only allowed 2 earned runs his last 4 starts. The strikeouts, they're coming back as well. He has 26 strikeouts his last 24 innings. The Diamondbacks are 24-12. The Rockies have lost 37 of 44 games. And there we have it, another recap in the books. I'm going to go hang out with my nephew. Still can't believe I'm officially an unk, but love you guys so much. Thank you for everything. This journey has been incredible. All right, I'm going to stop being mushy. Enjoy the web gems.
Popped up, shallow right. Oh, what a play by...
Grant's on the ground, a short diving play. Ortiz throws, got it!
Up and in, and this is a shot on one hop, and Adames has got it. He's going to throw it.
Espinal, bare hand, playing first. In the air, right center field, toward the alleyway, Báez, yes sir!
Yeah, they finished 4th or 5th in the National League East tonight.